Hi, welcome back to I Hate Myself. Hi, welcome back to Welcome. Today, cooking. More specifically, wontons. I would just like to preface this by saying that I don't know how to cook, but I'm trying my best. So this is a learning experience for both of us. Anyways, wontons are like filling, usually meat, but there's like, can be vegetables too, if you really want to. And it's wrapped in like a really thin flour or egg-based wrapper. And then you can either boil it, fry it, I don't know, dip it, steam it. It's so versatile. So my mom taught me this recipe, and she learned it from her mom. So it's like a generational thing, you know? I know not having anything on the table is kind of worrying for you, maybe, but I made everything last night. So for this recipe, you're gonna need ground pork, peeled and shrimp that's been like deveined, you know, when you take out the little veins, and wooden ear. It's like a fungus, but not really, I think. I don't know. It's an ingredient that my mom told me that I need, so I don't know what it is, but it tastes good. Salt, soy sauce, sugar, and sesame oil, and pepper if that really makes you go wild, you know. So basically, last night we soaked the wooden ears for like an hour so it can like open up. You can use hot water too if you want to make it go faster, but we're not cowards here. And then my mom cut the pork because I'm a child and can't be trusted with a knife. And also clean the shrimp, blah, blah, deveined it, blah, blah. And then we, after the ears are like opened or whatever, we wash them and then we put it in the bowl with the pork and the shrimp. And then kind of threw it in the grinder, you know? Just throw it in there. After grinding it like halfway combined, we stopped the grinder, and then my mom told me to put in the dry ingredients first. So I added in the salt and the sugar, and then I added the soy sauce and the oil. And then I forgot about the pepper, so I put that in after. You can kind of do it to taste. I don't know how much my mom puts in, so I had to keep looking at her to tell me to stop. But do whatever you want for that step. And then after that, just kind of like push everything back around in the grinder so it wouldn't like, you know, come out and not be mixed. And then grinded it a little more until it looked more like mush, but more fully combined mush. After grinding everything, the amount of times I've said grind is a little uncomfortable, but I threw it all in the same bowl that we had before. Fun, recycling. And then I wrapped it in saran wrap and put it in the fridge for like overnight. That's an amount of time. But the least amount of time you can marinate it is like, I don't know, 2 hours. But overnight tastes better. I don't know, science or something. And that leads us to today, where the wrapping will begin.
Prep work. Look at that.
You complaining about me? So you take your wrapper and then you get a spoonful of the filling. You want to make sure it's not too much or too little, or else it might cook unevenly with the others or fall apart when you boil it. Clearly, I don't know how to follow my own directions because I put too much in this one, but we don't need to talk about that. It's fine.
And then you fold the wrapper into a triangle and press the sides together to keep the filling sealed in. And then you kind of fold or crumple the ends into the middle and squeeze where it all bunches up to make sure it keeps its shape when you boil it. And then you're done. It's not that hard, but it takes a while to do all of them. So there are actually lots of different ways to fold wontons and serve wontons depending on the region in China. Like in Sichuan, the technique is called folded arms, and it's usually eaten in like chili oil, vinegar, and garlic. And in Shanghai, it looks sort of like a nurse's cap, kind of ish. And the filling actually uses bok choy, and it comes in different sizes depending on the time of day and the way that it's served to people. This style is the Cantonese or Hong Kong style, which was actually introduced after World War II as a street food, and it's now a big part of their iconic wonton noodle soup dish there. I'm using a yellow wrapper, which means it's egg-based and thinner, and it's usually used for the Hong Kong style because it's better for boiling. But there are also white wrappers, which are based in flour and a little bit thicker, and it's used for most of the other wontons from different regions. Wontons actually originate from northern China. They date back hundreds of years and were most commonly eaten among royalty. In Cantonese, wonton actually means swallowing cloud, and it was named this way because of its shape and the way that it resembles a cloud when it floated on top of the soup. In Mandarin, it means chaos because of the way the dough wrapping is scrunched up. To cook the wontons, get a pot of water or broth or whatever, and make sure that there's enough for the wontons to be fully submerged. Once it's boiling, put in a few wontons at a time. You want to make sure that it's not overcrowded because wontons deserve personal boundaries too. But having less in the pot helps to make sure all of them are cooked thoroughly. Make sure you stir occasionally as well, and you can tell that they're done when they start floating at the top of the broth. Then you can just spoon them out, and they're done. Congrats, you made wontons. Do with that what you will. Go wild.